The Brian Gould Show features content from the internet and current events throughout the world. All photos, videos, names, and other content is for entertainment purposes only. Please don't fall asleep. It's rude.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to another great episode of the Brian Gould Show. This wonderful couple was posted up in Mickey D's with their makeout session here. I wonder if the guy actually got some sweet and sour sauce to kill the taste on his fingertips. I'm loving it. Let's kick things off with good old Pam Anderson. Pam decided to go to a wedding in Las Vegas over the weekend. She actually is friends with the leader of PETA, Dan Matthews. He married his partner, Jack Ryan, in Vegas. She is not dressed what would be in the traditional wedding attire, as you can see here in her black dress. She's got stockings on with her suspenders showing there. But still, you know what, at the age of 47, she still looks incredible. I've always been a Pam fan. You know what, though, with that being said, she does look like she should have been walking the strip and working it instead of at a wedding on the strip. But Pam, still got love for you, still looking good. Keep up the good work there. A man in Utah decided that he was going to plead not guilty for sunbathing nude in his backyard. Now, he did have a fence up in his backyard. The problem is it's a chain link fence with no privacy slats. And he happens to be the neighbor of a church. Unfortunately, there were some children in the parking lot of the church that did see the man naked. When the police got there, they did discover that he had an attitude problem, saying that it was his property and he could do whatever he wanted. Now, I get it. You're in your backyard doing your own thing, but you gotta have a privacy fence here. This is a no-brainer. This is not the day of Adam and Eve anymore. We don't walk around like this. The guy's 76 years old, so maybe he's got some mental problems. Who knows? But hope things work out for him. Over to minor league hockey. There's a goalie that actually was a hero and made the actual save of the day, if not save of the year. A guy was in the stands watching this game and had a heart attack, or at least he started having one. Goaltender Patrick O'Brien, what was going on, and he actually is a paramedic. And he ran up into the stands with his gear on, provided CPR to the guy, and the guy survived and lived. You know what? Patrick O'Brien, I gotta find out a way to nominate you for an ESPY. I mean, athletes get these awards for doing wonderful things on the field, spectacular shots and everything else. But seriously, this guy deserves an ESPY for making the save of the year. By far, save of the year. Churches in Arkansas are in uproar right now. There's a billboard that shows a little girl writing a letter to Santa saying, "All I want for Christmas is to skip church. I'm too old for fairy tales." Now listen, it's a billboard. I get it. If you don't like it, don't look at it. It's being put up all over the country by a company or a group called American Atheists. People are in total disbelief that this is being allowed. It falls under the freedom of speech. But you know what? Hey, my question is, do atheists believe in the tooth fairy? Do they actually let their kids get money for their teeth since they don't believe in religion? I know a tooth fairy is not necessarily religious, but it is a fairy tale. Or what about Halloween? Do they actually participate and celebrate Halloween, considering that was an original religious holiday? I don't have any atheist friends. Maybe somebody can shine some light, put some light on that for me, because I really don't know. If you know of anybody, ask them for me and send me a message. Let me know. I'm being serious about that. I really don't. Do atheists celebrate Halloween, and do they believe in the tooth fairy? Now, hey ladies, 2015's right around the corner, and you know what the new beauty trend will be? Dyeing your armpit hair. A lady at a stylist salon in Seattle decided to dye her co-worker's armpit hair blue. She blogged about it It went viral, getting over 31,000 views. The LA Times picked it up, said that this will be the new trend for 2015. I'm sorry, but dyeing your armpit hair is kind of weird and disgusting. If you want to dye something, dye the hair on your head. Your guy or your gal will appreciate it, I'm sure, but stay shaved and keep other regions shaved that we all like to see shaved as well. This is not a fetish, this is not cool, but apparently this will be the 2015 beauty trend of the year. Don't be trendy, America. It's with people breaking into other people's houses. A couple of idiots in Europe decided that they were going to bust into someone's house because they saw a stack of money sitting on a windowsill. Well, the idiots broke in there and found out that it wasn't a stack of cash on the windowsill. It was actually novelty tissues. The two guys were arrested because in the process of breaking into the place, they woke up the homeowner. Both guys got convicted for 7 years in prison. I'm sure they won't look at money the same way ever again, and I'm sure a roll of toilet paper is definitely not going to look the same to them ever again while they're in prison. Good old Kanye West. Man, this guy. Last year he assaults a photographer. Recently he was sentenced to 2 years on probation. So during the court hearing, he decides to rattle off some Yeezus crap that he likes to say and says that he's the smartest celebrity you've ever dealt with. He's not Britney Spears. Now listen. No, you're not Britney Spears, but you're definitely not smarter than her. I mean, you married Kim Kardashian. Kim is fun to look at, but just as dumb as Britney. Kim did do that Paper magazine shoot not too long ago. A lot of people said it was tasteless and had all this other garbage to say. Personally, I didn't have an issue with it. She got out there, put her body out there. Hubby was fine with it, and once again we got to see her all naked and in the limelight again. She balanced her little glass of champagne on her rear end and pulled off the photo shoot, in my opinion. I didn't have an issue with it. Now, a little side note to that is most people don't know that Paper magazine did reach out to numerous champagne distributors asking if they wanted to be sponsored on the ad for that. If you notice the bottle of champagne, there is not a label there. So they had to get a generic bottle of champagne, make sure that the label's peeled off, and all cleaned up and ready to go for that photo shoot. So either a champagne distributor missed the boat on this and really could have got their name out there, or they all dodged a bullet. We're not sure, but there you have it. A high school in the state of Washington just recently got a book returned to their library. The book happened to be late by 65 years. According to the late fees that they charge, which is a rate of 2 cents per day, the late fee accumulated to right around $475. Of course, the high school waived the fee. The book happened to be a copy of Gone with the Wind, so let's do some simple math real quick here. If it's 65 years late, that means that book is at least 65 years old, so it should be worth at least $475 on eBay, I would imagine. Whoever returned it either had a guilty conscience or they were just a slow reader. I'm not sure which. Florida man just got arrested for stealing some beef. Beef tongue, that is. He shoved $35 worth of beef down the front of his pants. Once again, beef tongue. Made a break for the door and got caught by security. Cops were called. He went to jail. His bail is currently set at $2,500. Moral of the story here is if you want tongue down your pants, don't steal it from Walmart. Go to the bar, spend $35 there, and find a way to not get arrested. A guy in New Hampshire decided to take matters into his own hand when it came to his neighbor's dog barking like crazy. He broke into his neighbor's apartment and started choking out the little Shih Tzu. The Shih Tzu owner got in a scuffle with the guy. The police showed up. Guy ended up going to jail and had his bail set at $5,000. Now we all get to that point where we just want to be like Mr. Jones and take care of a situation with the dog. Dog owners, please, 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 if you have a dog that barks too much, which we all have that neighbor that has that kind of dog, handle it. It's annoying. Let's wrap things up with a Canadian woman decided to not tell authorities that her husband had died. He had a foot infection caused by his diabetes. He died in bed. She sealed up the room so that the smell wouldn't get throughout the house. The kicker is she was waiting for him to resurrect, rise from the dead. For 6 months. 6 months. 5 of their 6 kids still lived in the house doing their daily activities. They prayed daily, hoping that Dad would raise from the dead. Obviously, he didn't. I would imagine after the 4th or 5th day that she would get a clue, but she obviously didn't. She's facing some pretty heavy charges. I don't know how the Canadian officials handle this, but there it is. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Brian Gould Show. Like me on Facebook, and if you're not too big into the Facebook thing, I understand. Check me out on Twitter. You can tweet me over there. Also, I'm on Instagram. Put up picture of the day. Funny stuff usually. If you got a funny pic that the rest of the world needs to see, send it to me. I'll make sure you get all the credit for it. Visit me at thebriangouldshow.com. Put up new stuff daily up there. Also, my store, The Brian Gould Show store. Go buy a cool t-shirt, get a DVD or an awesome novelty gag gift for someone or even for yourself. And all else fails, please, at the top right corner of the screen, there's a subscribe button. Click it. If you're watching this on your phone, turn your phone sideways. Then you'll see the subscribe button. Little red button, white lettering. Press it. Share it. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys next Friday.